SwayamPrabha. Digital India. Educated India.
Pratyusha, Nikhil. Okay. As you keep solving, please. I'm going to respond to Akula now. Huh? Done. Okay. Pratyusha says 1.5. Huh? And Subhash says lambda equal to -6. Nikhil says 1.5. Let different people say different things. Sai says 0.75. But truth can be only one. Let's see what the truth is. Okay. Let's just wait. I'm also going to read some. I thought I'll read some paragraphs from this book so that you know how this the mind of a genius works. All right. Then there are lots of. Hey, who was the person who? I had an intense discussion with him yesterday about this covariance. Who was that? Huh? Yesterday, somebody asked some very interesting questions about covariance and whether it should be divided by n square or n or what is who is that?
Yes, sir, it was me.
Anirudh. Yeah, show yourself.
Yes,
how are you doing, Anirudh?
Yeah, I'm fine.
What is that bridge? That is Chuma photograph. Huh?
Yes, a virtual background.
So you're in BTech, MTech. What is it?
Dual degree, sir.
Dual degree, 4th year.
No, 3rd year. 6th semester.
You're in IDDDDD, whatever or what? No.
Yeah, provisionally allocated to data science.
All right. Okay. So I did something for you also in the morning, 8 o'clock. So I will show that after we do that. Is it okay? Very good.
Okay, sir.
Anyway, I wanted to tell the class that when I'm in some intense discussion, my tone may change. Don't think that I'm angry or whenever I'm in the tone, that means I'm furiously thinking. And so I am a very cool person. But this is an intense scientific debate. I tend to, that's the way I argue. Don't worry about this. Okay. And only through argument and questions and we'll improve. Okay. So as a general rule, don't leave any prof. If you don't understand, don't leave the prof. Whether it is Balaji or X or Y or something, you have to ask questions, right? Well, let the professor get irritated. It doesn't matter. Okay. A good professor will eventually try to answer the question. It doesn't matter. When I read something, I also get it. So at least that freedom should be there for you to openly using. And so generally, IIT professors are very this thing. Don't worry. See, when I argue, it is because it's intensity. Don't worry that I am angry. What is angry? So what is anger or whatever? So basically, there is only one thing. All of us are trying to approach the truth. Okay, I firmly believe in this. And also the truth can come even from a first standard student or an LKG student or whatever. So I don't believe in hierarchical this thing. Some insights can come, exceptional insights can come from unexpected quarter. Sometimes my assistant, he is 64-year-old, I'm keeping him. So he's only 8th class or 9th class. Sometimes he can just say 1 or 2 sentences which are lifesavers. Okay, he doesn't know what I'm doing. He doesn't even know what is this Zoom, or he will say something based on his life experience. So that will keep me thinking for hours together. So we should be open enough. I mean, so the funda is nobody is so useless that you cannot learn anything from him or her. So that is a good way to start your this thing, because everybody is endowed with something. Okay, so but we think that somebody who cannot solve a differential equation is not good. Somebody who is not good in mathematics is not good, because that is I also did my MTech and PhD in IIT. So I am very much IIT faculty, IIT student. I in and out of the IIT system. I'm here for 30 years as a student and prof. So generally, our vision is colored. We think that if a prof is not good in maths, I also been like that. I'm trying to change. Okay, but I think we should respect other people who have got other skills and so on. That's okay. Why we are all like that? Why IITians are like that? Because we firmly believe in science. We feel that science is a tool which can open many locks, and it is fine. Okay, but only one caution is we should also respect social sciences, people working in other branches of where there are no numbers. Honestly, if you already you're dealing with me for 4 weeks now, and some people have already taken heat transfer. Of course, I am mad with numbers. Okay, but I mean that means I can't do anything without numbers. Be that as it may, now I've learned to appreciate things without numbers also, right? So you slowly learn, so eventually you will learn. Okay. Now what is the story now? 9 new messages. Lambda is equal to -6, 1.5. Done. Done is C Balaji. That is my response to. Sorry, Subhash. Why are you? Subhash said sorry. Okay, that's okay. Now let's work it out. Okay. Suraj, are you there? Suraj Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Very good, Suraj Kumar. So you're working on the paper, you're correcting your research paper?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay. So what did you have for breakfast today in your PG hostel? He is in a PG
Pongal.
now, paying.
Pongal, sir.
Pongal. Okay. Pongal. How does a Bihari react to Pongal? No, Suraj, just show your face. Huh? How does a Bihari react to Pongal with chutney?
Samhar, sir.
Sambar. Was it any good? Suraj, you don't like
Yes,
Pongal and Sambar, right?
no, sir. Actually, I'm managing, sir.
Managing, sir. You see, the funda is they are not allowing him back to the hostel. Okay. So Suraj is struggling. Suraj, this Velacheri, you should go to Sangeeta and have your paneer butter masala sometime. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Take with what do you like? Paneer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then you're getting scholarship. No, one day you just go evening and eat to your heart's content. Okay. Eat whatever you want. All right. Malai kofta, whatever. Then morning anyway, idli sambar will come in your hostel. Okay. All right. Now. Who is that? Please mute yourself. The first fatal mistake I did in the morning was I casually I'm talking and said that this is equal to 0. If this is equal to 0, we have to go home. Okay, because there is no hope for us. This cannot be 0. This has to be 1. Okay. Now, anyway it is 0. So this fellow says this condition is also 0. Now let's do this. Yeah, I think it is an insult if you want me to work out the steps and all that. So you're all IIT students. Therefore, lambda equal to, I'll just write now. Lambda equal to 1.5. Suhas. Suhas.
Yes, sir.
Just come on the video. Hi, Suhas. How are you? Yeah. Okay. You tell me why you got 6 and how did you get 1.5 now?
Sir, I noted the question wrong, and like it was 3 minus x. I had written it as 2 minus x.
Okay. All right. Okay. No, I wrote x minus 3. That is even worse. This 3 minus x, no? All right. So this is correct. This is okay. Just do a thumbs up if this step is correct or I missed up. Suhas, is it okay? Subhas. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes,
So you are from which place?
So West Bengal.
West Bengal. What did you have breakfast today? Not yet.
Maggie.
Maggie. You're at home or hostel?
It's the home.
But your mom would have prepared something. You said you don't want. You want only Maggie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my daughter is also like that. But Maggie is anyway. I don't want to. Okay, this is what Maggie is. This. So masala. There are so many things. No, wheat Maggie, noodle oats Maggie, masala oats. When you go to this Ambika shopping center, there's this plain Maggie, with that packet, masala packet.
Yes.
Subhas, 1 or 2 or 3.
So one.
One packet is sufficient.
Yeah.
Then chai.
Yes, sir.
Chai. Okay. All right. Fine. So you can close your video. Okay. So let's go to the fourth problem now. Problem 4. Okay. Problem 4. Please take down. If a certain normal, if a certain, if in a certain normal distribution, if in a certain normal distribution of x, okay, please take down the question. If in a certain normal distribution of x, the probability is 0.5398 for x less than 500. Okay, so this is the random variable x. So the probability is 0.5398 that x is less than 500. The probability is 0.02288 for x greater than 650. Okay, so the funda is get mu. So I come again. There is a random. There is a random variable x. Its probabilities are as follows: 0.5398 for x less than 500 and 0.0228 for x less than 650. Now, two quantities are to be determined. That is mu and sigma. Therefore, two pieces of information are required. So that's why two probabilities are given. So two equations in two unknowns. Solve, get going. 1016 now, 1021 or 1022. You should be able to solve. Okay, please go ahead. And then, as usual, after you're done, you'll start putting it on chat and document your answer on the chat. Then I'll look at the chat and then I will start solving. Okay. This gives some excitement for people who are solving, and I don't want to break rob you of that excitement by straight away giving the solution on the board. This will be like a primary school class. You do it yourself and then you look at the board only for confirmation. So I'll give you something like this in the quiz. Okay, a question like this for the quiz paper. Usually I set it for 50 minutes and 40 marks. So this will be like an 8-mark question. And there'll be probably the first quiz, there'll be 15 marks question on 15 or 20 mark question regression, and maybe a 15 mark question on the inverse problem. That's all. Huh? Let's see. Or I'll give you a regression and ask you to determine the standard error for one quiz. Then the other one, I'll give a little bit tough regression where there'll be some funda in converting it into that form. Or you have to solve a forward model and solve the inverse. Let's see. And in the second quiz, maybe we will have Bayesian method, and neural network will still not be there because the last 3-4 weeks will be the time when Professor S. Balaji will come. Okay. We are supposed to close on May 8th. So around April 12th to 15th, Professor S. Balaji will come. So I'll be teaching for the next 6-7 weeks. Last 3 to 4 weeks he will come. And then his questions will come only for the end sem. End sem, as you know, will be part A and part B. We'll follow this mode. So 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock part A, 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock upload. Lunch 1:30 to 2:30 part B, 2:30 to 3:30 upload. So it will be in the regular D slot of the institute timetable. Full day you'll be engaged. Open notes, no tension. Even if there is a problem, you can sit anywhere. If there is an internet problem, go and sit in the internet cafe, go and sit in your aunt's house, uncle's house, brother's house, cousin's house, wherever, doesn't matter. Take your notes, take your calculator, paper, pencil, and your device. That's it. Write it, scan it and forget it. Send it, scan it, mail it and forget it. Okay. Or submit to the link and forget it. And we'll take care. 13 new messages. What a beauty. Mean equal to 492. Sai Pavan. Sai Pavan is in cracking form. Okay. Sai Pavan is firing on all cylinders. Very good. K Pavan. Sigma 78.94. Excellent. Rishabh Shah 492 78. Very good. Sai Pavan 78.94. Abhyudet 492 and 78. Very good. ME 18B032, Sri Harsha 492 78. Very good. Azhar Ghafoor. Excellent. Who is that? Subhash 492 78. 492. Nikhil. Pradeep Rajan. Nikhil Mishri Koti. Correct. Manoj. P. Manoj. Varshini. Akula. Enable the recording option. I already done that. Okay. So I'm just going back to the same messages. All right. So these are this is basically to reinforce the concept. But please note, as I told you yesterday, the Gaussian distribution is not the be all and end all of everything. Okay. The Gaussian distribution is not the be all and end all of everything. And there could be some distributions which there could be some events or something which is completely outside the normal, new normal, the pandemic. I mean, no distribution could pick it up. Okay. No statistical model, no model could pick up that. The whole world will be stumped by one virus which can never be seen with naked eye or this thing, which requires a lot of these things to isolate and so on. Okay. So as we say, so that is the caprice of fate. All right. Given P of x less than 500, okay, equal to 0.539. P of x greater than 650. Z is less than 500 minus mu by sigma equal to 0.5398. Okay. Now, so this is the table. Okay. Y-axis Z minus point. This is the Gaussian table which we gave it to you. I just took a printout yesterday on my printer. Okay. Now you have to check. What am I checking now? Let's check. 500 minus mu by sigma equal to 0.1. Okay, okay, no. P of this thing 0.5398. Where is it coming? Huh?
0.1.
0.1, sir.
0.5398. Okay. So okay. See this? Can you see? Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Very good. So so that 0.5398 is that inside the table, and you find out at what value of z it becomes 0.5398. So from the table, so z equal to 1. No, 0.1. Okay. Okay. So therefore, mu plus 0.1 sigma equal to 500. P of z, small z, okay, 650 minus mu by sigma equal to, by the way, it is small z or capital Z?
Capital Z.
Capital Z. Capital Z is the random variable. Okay, correct. So from table, I think 650 minus mu by sigma equal to 2. Okay. Therefore, correct? Mu plus 0.1 sigma.
Sir, isn't Z minus 2.0?
Correct. Yeah. Let me also check it. Suraj, Mr. Suraj Kumar,
Yes, sir.
your solution which I used print out, you have put 2, should be minus 2.
Yes, actually, this one I converted to 1 minus Z.
So no, mu plus 2 sigma is 650. No, is this correct? Is that correct? Then how will sigma be equal to? Yeah, Varshini, you tell me. 650 minus mu by sigma
Will be equal to minus 2.0.
minus 2.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, I think it will be 2.
2.
Sir, it will be 2.
Why will it be 2? I don't understand, sir.
You don't understand. So first the
This
prof
one-
should not get confused because multiple inputs are coming. Okay. So let me check it. If once I check it, so what is the funda now? Now I have to go back to the question. Okay. So probability. What is the question?
Sir, we'll find the probability of x less than 650. So then it will be 2.
Probability of x less than 650. Correct. Okay. Then it is correct. Okay. Probability of x less than. Okay. And probability of x. Probability of x less than 650 is, who is that speaking?
Sir, Manthan. Manthan.
Manthan. So Manthan, so minus infinity to 2, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I understood. Minus infinity to 2. Okay. So then it is fine. So now we have to finally, this equation should make meaning. So then this is mu minus. This is
No,
2.
sir. No, sir. It's correct only. So the equations
Then
are right.
here
Sir,
Therefore,
only sir on the right hand side we have to do 1 minus of 0.0228.
So you're saying that it is now Varshini, you got it?
And sir, there will be z less
Yes,
than
sir.
650 minus mu by sigma.
Yes.
Yes. Correct. Varshini, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
So you have to be, see, it is a little bit tricky. Please note that this table is spread at spread equally around the mean. So 1.9 sigma is 150. I think I'm doing bindas. I hope I'm getting the answer. How much is it? 78. Huh? I think I'm fine. Not bad. So today we are able to solve two problems. So we'll solve one more problem, which is from mechanical engineering. Is this okay?
Sir, I have a doubt.
Who?
Pradeep,
Pradeep Rajan.
I raised my hand also.
Yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So what I have done for this problem is that I have taken an interpolation of so 0.539 lies between 0.5398 and 0.358 actually in that Gaussian table. So what I have done is I have taken interpolation between the two. And I got 500 minus mu by sigma as 0.0979. So my answer deviates slightly from what others have given, sir.
Yeah, that is okay. No problem. So plus or minus 5% is okay. No problem.
Okay. So can I do this interpolation or not?
You please do it. You please do it. So in the exam also, since we'll try to generate roll number specific questions and all that. Normally, yes, if my TS do the first correction and I do the second correction, I just tell them that generally we follow plus or minus 8 to 10%. If the solution is within 10%, we'll. So I'm not because in life you will correct yourself. Okay, life is not an examination, and you will know which answer is right and so on. So I'm not fussy about all this. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And also basically it's the learning. So once you are in the ballpark, you should be fine.
Okay.
So no digital scoring, right? Either you get 10 marks or 0 marks. It's not that. And what about? Don't worry about marks. It's a learning. So that you are able to interpolate without even me telling it is very good. So you want to get higher accuracy because you thought that there is a best way to solve it, which is even better, right?
Yes.
Okay, Pradeep. Pradeep Rajan, you are from which place? Kerala?
No, sir. Tamil Nadu, Chennai Valley.
Where are you in Chennai?
Near Velachery, sir.
Why don't you come to IIT?
Close, like 1.5 kilometers from IIT.
Yeah, why
like
don't you come
minutes.
to IIT one day? Will they allow you? Or?
Like I'm not sure if they will allow me now.
I don't know. You just come to the gate and see you want to meet Professor Balaji Chuma. I mean, if you want to come, just I don't know whether they'll allow you or so on. So yeah, otherwise you can just wait. I think right now only the PhD scholars they are checking everybody. For example, every time I go from yesterday, they're checking my dicky. I mean, whatever. Why will a prof anyway carry a bomb? He's also living inside. But those fellows, see, morning, evening, I go to the fitness center. Sometimes I go and buy vegetables. I go to the bakery. Sometimes out. Every time they say, stop the car, sir. Show the dicky. They are paranoid. These guys are completely. They went berserk. And you know that we are changing the gate, right? The out gate has become the in gate. Now it's all full mess. It is complete mess now.
Okay.
So hopefully things will get better. All right. So March 1st, the director was saying that final year students for their lab work, they'll come back. And what is the story? Because profs are not, profs do not know what is going on between the administration and the students. They are directly writing to them. Okay. Are you going to come back? Any of you? Huh? What about this final year, the lab classes, they March 1st, I don't know. Something is going on. So some mails we get, some mails we don't get. Huh? Okay, Anirudh. So I have done something for you. Let me show it. Huh? Anirudh, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So I have done some work for you now in the morning. I think we can show the Excel, right? Okay. Now what I should do is I should go back to Zoom and then share the presentation, share the screen, and I should look for the correct. There we are. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Anirudh, this is for you. Okay. Hey, you should say something, Anirudh. Yes, sir. No, sir.
Yeah, yes, I can see it.
Okay, okay. All right. So I just took some Arbit data. Simply morning I came to the office at 8 o'clock and said that, okay, this student asked me. I was not very sure whether it was convincing. And then you said that, sir, it should be 1 by n square. I said 1 by n. So, you think that profs have feedback. So if something is not clear, it will haunt us more than the student, the prof. If somebody is a very sensitive prof, okay. So what is this covariance? Then you know that I believe in my own work. So I said, okay, let me take simply some 5 points and put some x, y. Let them be unrelated. Let's work out the covariance and all that. And I thought, and it came out nicely. This was between morning 8 o'clock and 8:20. I'll be the first to hit the lab. So nobody was there. So by 8:30, I finished it. Okay, then I saved it and sent a mail to myself and transferred from that computer to this computer. I put it into the folder and I said, okay, let me share it with the class. That's how it has now entered the picture. Okay, now. Don't worry about covering the syllabus and all that. Anyway, it's all syllabus. Okay, so what we study must be well studied. Okay, so if you do an invocation, right? So when you do chanting, it is a part of this, no? Sahanavavatu Tejasvi Navati Tamastu Mavid Vishavahaite. Okay, so there it's very clear. It says that may what we study be well studied. Okay, it is not important that you study many things. If you study something properly, if you know how to study it properly, then whatever material is given to you, you will know how to study it properly. That is the whole idea. Okay. In fact, there is a very important question which is asked in the Mandukya Upanishad. This student asked the teacher, what is it by knowing which I will know everything? This is a very high funda question, right? So what is it by knowing which I will know everything? Then that answer is a big this thing and big exposition and this thing and all that. Okay. It is not that if you know that formula, you will know aerospace, you will know propulsion technology, you will know missile technology or whatever. But the funda is the propulsion, missile technology, heat transfer, inverse methods, probability, data science, all that is a part of something. What is that something? If you catch hold of that, you will know everything. That is the way it goes. Okay. Now, and also in that sloka, the last one is very important line, often not emphasized. May the student and the teacher not hate each other. This is said in our Shastra. May the student and the teacher not hate each other, because there should be a good relationship between the student and the teacher. It should be cordial. If it is not cordial, so you cannot exchange ideas, and learning, the atmosphere should be very conducive. You can have heated debates. That's okay. You can have arguments, whatever. But generally, there should be freedom to express yourself and say, so, sir, I don't understand this. I don't agree with you. Then the teacher should, yes, fine. And the teacher should sometimes say, yes, I'm wrong. You know, I'm not a Superman. I am human. I will make mistakes. But the funda is whether I own up the mistakes and next day I correct myself. That's how we improve. You improve. Everybody is going towards improvement, right? All right. Now, Anirudh, just take a look. A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B is 8, 6, 7, 8. Is some funda. Okay, it is some random. Okay. And so if you do this, okay, you are able to see my work. I am doing something.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
I am putting a scatter plot. Okay, so they have no connection. No? They have no connection, right? You're not able to see a pattern. Okay. Now, Now, how do I go back? Okay. I know how to go. All right. Now, class, watch this. D and E. I deliberately put a straight line. Okay. Insert scatter plot. Okay. I will draw the scatter plot. So this is a straight line. Is that okay? So funda is very clear. A and B are related. A and B are unrelated. D and E are related. In fact, it is just what did I do? 2x plus 5. Okay. So 2 into 2 plus 5, 3 into 2 plus 5. So I just put E equal to 2 times D column plus 5. In this case, and please note that A column and D column are one the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I take the covariance of A and B. Okay. That is okay. The goal is to learn covariance. Okay. So if I put A and B, so I get A, B, C. Okay. Okay. Anirudh, you are there.
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. So now you do sigma x by n, sigma y by n. So that gives you the average. Okay. That gives it. So the expectation of x is how much? I have done that. The sum of all this is 15. The expectation of x is 3. Agreed? The expectation of y, sigma y, I did that. 35 by 5 is equal to 7. Okay. So the expectation of xy is basically sigma xy divided by n, which is nothing but I've added this 106 by 5, which is 21. Now, expectation of xy minus expectation of x into expectation of y is 21 minus 3 into 7 equal to 0. This is, what is this? What is it? What is it? This is a covariance. Okay. So, yesterday we wrote this. What did we write? Covariance. Covariance of xy equal to expectation of xy. Expectation. At this point, you asked me. I remember it was some 40 minutes into 20 minutes into the class. I was in full flow. I was trying to explain something. Anirudh asked me, sir, n square. I didn't know whether I just quite convinced you, or you might have felt that I'm pulling wool over your eyes or whatever. So, but the first thing morning I got up was, we'll fix it today. So that's why I wanted to spend time on this. So now this is nothing but 21 minus 21 is 0. Okay. Therefore, these two are unrelated quantities. The covariance between these two quantities is 0. Varshini? Hello?
Yes, sir.
You said, sir, what is this? So I told you that instead of that, it is like this. Okay, it is like this. It is some orbit. Even though you may do data science, PhD in data science, you may be a stud, you may be IIT student, whatever, you may be IIT prof, whatever. You will not be able to find a relationship between x and y. That is why the covariance is 0. Now, if you know for a fact that the two quantities are unrelated, then the covariance anyway will be 0. Therefore, the expectation of xy can also be written as an expectation of x multiplied by expectation of y. This will become a theorem. This will become a theorem in statistics. So this is nothing but sigma x, sigma y by n square. So Anirudh, I don't know whether some prof or somewhere in your JEE or somewhere in your school or somewhere in some course, somebody gave you that n square and you got hold of it and you wanted to ask me, is that n or is that n square? Now, did I answer your question?
Yes, sir. So the n square actually appears when we weight it by the probability distribution. So if you have the joint probability mass function, then it's divided by n square. Otherwise, when you have a set of measurements, it's just n. I understand.
Yeah. Now is understood, right?
Yes, sir.
It's good. Okay. Now, very good. Okay. Pranay says thumbs up. Very good. So it is well worth it.
Hello, sir.
So sometimes you have to just forget about syllabus. Sometimes if you don't understand, you have to go deep. Hopefully, all of us have been endowed with a brain. So this is where it is going on. So in our mad craze to register for more courses, pass, fail, this thing, elective, this thing, mapping, NUS, summer internship. I mean, so sometimes we should just get it right. I mean, so the satisfaction of knowing something properly is very, very important. There's no point in simply, okay, now, last 5 minutes, do you want to say? I don't know.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
You have a doubt in this also?
Yes, sir.
I thought I wanted to close this.
Not in this, on the plot which you are explaining.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, like, will it make any difference that that the data points fall in a circular region or a rectangular region?
It doesn't matter. So you're not able, for example, that is simply, don't get hold of that and say that, don't catch it and become a slave to this thing. What I'm saying is, in the second case, it is very clear. You can't get a pattern like this, or you don't get a pattern like this. Is that okay? Or you don't even get a pattern like this. There's no way by which formally you can relate X and Y. That means, knowing X, I can get Y. If you know X, if you can get Y, then it's no longer random. Is that okay, Pranay?
Yes, sir. Like, sir, like, I wanted to ask that. So the covariance is just telling us about the functional relationship, or, for example,
the covariance tells you. No, the covariance tells you, is there any relationship between the data, or it's just random? It's just a method, statistical measure. And the covariance need not be equal to 0. It can be very low quantity.
In the last class, we had an example of minimum temperature in Delhi and share price. So if somehow, like, by government, somehow we imposes a condition that minimum temperature, when it reaches this, then share price cannot reach further than this. So
no, that is, you are doing something. You're doing something.
So will this appear in covariance relation?
It will appear in covariance, but let me tell you something. Okay. So just because there is a covariance, it doesn't covariance. Causality is a scientific thing. This is only I keep telling you, this is only mathematics or statistics. This is below us. The highest is our intellect, is our buddhi. It's okay, highest is this. It should help us do our work. Because some Gauss or whoever it is, legendary Gauss, whoever is big, great guys, they gave some formula. You should not say, if the formula is helping you solve your problems, use it. Otherwise, just ditch it. Now, even though the covariance may be, I got a question, even though the covariance may be non-zero, it doesn't imply causality. But in that case, if the government fixes something, that means they are ensuring causality, therefore the covariance will be expected to be non-zero. For example, I keep telling you, right? So, rising salaries and rising liquor consumption, if you correlate, we don't know whether it is there may be a covariance between these two. Okay? But automatically to believe that people have more money, if they have more money, the first thing they will go and do is to buy alcohol. That is something, that is a hypothesis. Is that okay? Which requires further testing. We don't know. You have to do so. So that is a conjecture. We don't know for sure. Because you're getting into people's behavior and people are crazy. Is that okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. From that point, I wanted to reach, like, for the circular case, it won't be 0. then if
it may be some small value. Is it okay? Yes, so even before you calculate the covariance, just do the plot. Is that okay? So I will look at the plot and try to make sense first. Is that okay? All right. Now I will just use 1 minute. So if you have a minute or so, this is a very nice book. If your birthday is coming up and your dad or mom wants to give you a gift, you just ask for Amazon voucher or something. This is a couple of hundreds only. Okay. So he was yesterday was saying he was saying that okay, one afternoon, I'll read this. One afternoon, Gauss and his friend ID were walking home. Before ID turned towards his house, Gauss commented, I've been trying to measure the distance from my house to the gymnasium. Gymnasium is the high school. I've been counting my steps every day for 2 weeks. Would you believe I've gotten a different number every day? Since the paving stones are uneven, sometimes they make me take a shorter step or a longer step. But I have tried to compensate for that. Still, I keep getting a different number. It's mystifying. Okay. I can't say I ever worried about it. His friend said, why do you need to know? Well, I don't need to know, but wouldn't you think that I could figure it out? Every day I'm keeping a constant pace, but apparently I'm not succeeding. The number of steps between my house and the gymnasium is not the point. I'm interested in measuring and the consistency. I think I ought to be able to get the same number of steps every time. Okay. Then they started measuring with the ruler and this thing and so on. And then Gauss went on. Gauss, I'm skipping some paragraphs in the interest of time. Then Gauss is saying, I wonder what would happen if I were to choose some value that looks pretty close to the true value. Then I find the difference between the true value and each measurement. You know what? If I squared all those differences, the ones that are further away would count more, and that would make all the numbers positive. I think that might be better. If I added up all those squares, I would look at the total. Next, I would try to get another guess at the true value and see how the sum of the squares of the differences compared to the sum of the squares using the other true values. I would choose that true value that gave me the smallest sum. I've got to find a more efficient way of doing this, but I think the principle is right. I will call it as the method of least squares. I suppose other people must have done it. Oh, well, now we can use it too. You know, Gauss, his friend said, I don't remember seeing anything like that in any mathematics textbook. Why don't you ask the teacher about it? He might find it interesting. Oh, no, I don't want to bother him, blah, blah. That's how he closes. In fact, the chapter ends by saying, in fact, Gauss was the first person to use the method of least squares. Legendary, Legendre, discovered and published it in 1805, at least 10 years later. Gauss had it in 1795 when he was still a kid. Okay. In any way, in research, the first person to report it in a scientific paper is the person who gets the credit. So you see that whatever we are discussing on board, whatever everybody in every school, every college they are discussing is basically the idea of a man. This is how science and technology have progressed. Okay. So it's good to read biographies. So on that note, we will stop. We'll continue with our stats tomorrow. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. I'll end the class.